Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for PowerBookII, Ghost Season 3. This is the season finale, Divided We Stand. First, I'm happy to be back. I feel like it's been quite the vacation. We were gone for 7 days. So that meant I was also away from all of this for 7 days. And so I feel refreshed and ready to jump back into it. I don't feel like too much time has passed. You know, I don't think I'm behind in any way. So I feel good about that. I was able to watch everything and do my notes for everything while I was on my trip. I did that actually the last day, which was pretty much a very lax day. Like, we were activitied out. We were activitied out. These kids did everything. Them kids did everything. So we ain't need to do nothing on the last day but maybe walk to a cliff, maybe look at the scenery. That's about it. But anyway, all that to say, we're all caught up. We're all caught up, and we're gonna I'm gonna get these videos out, all of them, today. So anyway, right now we doing Power Book. So Effie, she gets booked. And then we see Lauren still looking cheap. Tariq, he's still in the hospital. Diana, we see her out in the streets. Kane, he at home. We see everybody, actually. You know, all of our little people. Everybody is doing something. And while doing so, they all, you know, look at their reflection in some way. They're all looking in a mirror. Diana, she saw her reflection in the puddle where she was walking. Everybody is looking at the man in the mirror. You know, everybody got some self-reevaluating to do. Everybody doing some self-reflecting. Tariq and Brayden, they got work to do. Tommy, he feels like has his mom. And, you know, Sack's taghead ass is the one that told Monet where Tasha was hiding. And then she told Tommy. And Brayden tells Tariq that they need to lay low. You know, he can't just go out there trying to go find Tommy. You know, that we need to figure out if Effie is going to flip on everybody. Tariq says that, you know, there's an upside. Uncle Lucas is no longer a problem. Of course, Brayden feeling away, but I guess he's made peace with what he did because Unc was a coward. Unc had to go, honestly. Tariq say he got to go. Brayden gives him a gun, you know, and they gonna meet up later. Monet is at the warehouse, and she finally meets Noma and Flunky. Monet, she all of a sudden, she got all the answers. I got the solutions to all your problems. Problems that Noma really wasn't aware of. And, you know, so Monet starts to tell them that they can't trust Tariq, and she's a solution. And Flunky, he ain't really sold. He smell a rat. He smell a rat. He says, how can you move product when your kids ain't really talking to you? Like, who gonna help you do this? Because your kids, they ain't fucking with you. They don't want nothing to do with you. Monet is like, if you back me up, you know, I promise that I can get my kids back on board, you know. Noma, she wants answers first. She pull out that engagement ring. She want to know what happened to Mecadante. What happened about that? Do you know what happened about you? Do you know how he died? She got all these questions. And she's throwing Zeke in there and how he ended up dead and all of that. Monet, she don't admit to nothing. She says that she'll do anything. So, you know, as far as, you know, doing anything to protect her family, she'll kill somebody too. So take that however you want to take that. Noma, she's kind of impressed with Monet, I guess, in all her cutthroat ways. And she turns to Flunky because Flunky was disloyal and didn't let her know all of what was going on, you know, with Tariq and the Tejadas and all that. And he's like, I was loyal to you, like I did what I was supposed to do. And she take out a knife and just slices his face, you know, just to make sure, you know, he know what's up. He said, you'll continue to serve me, you know, with this scar as your reminder. Don't fuck around again. Ain't nobody supposed to be telling me nothing that you shouldn't have already told me. So I guess that's what that was. Anyway, Tariq, he goes to go see Tommy's mama. You know, he got a gun on her and everything. She tried to act like Tommy's dead. You know, he's not here, and Tariq ain't having it. You know, he got that gun, like I said. And she ends up letting him in just to, you know, prove that he's not there. And she's trying to calm him down, trying to pour him a drink and all of that. Tariq is not having it. He got a wall up. She's trying to pull the wall down. We're family, you know, like I got pictures of you when you was a baby. You know, like your dad was like a son to me. It's me. It's me. Mama Egan. And girl, we can't trust you. Tariq is, you know, acting like he's gonna hurt her if she doesn't give him up, if she doesn't tell him where Tommy is. But she's not bothered. She's continuing to, you know, move about like she has the situation under control. She tells him that Monet, she called her Monette. Monet girl. Monet came to her house and gave her a letter from Saks, and it was supposed to be for Tommy. And Tariq, of course, is in a rush now. Now he gotta go. She warns him, listen, don't you get on Tommy's bad side. Don't do that. That's not gonna be good for you, and that's not gonna end well. And Tariq is like, well, that's the one thing we got in common. You know, he head on out. Tight lip, DA lady, all of them, they talking about the case. They still have Effie in custody, and they feel like they have that, you know, that they have the upper hand with that. They figure a couple days in jail will soften her up. DA lady says that after Lauren testifies, they'll go ahead and indict Effie on attempted murder, and she's gonna absolutely flip on everybody. Then she'll connect Tariq to the Tejadas, and then they can rope Diana in this, and then they can charge Diana in with the RICO. She gonna fold on the whole organization. They just got it all figured out. They head in and prep Lauren, and she asks, you know, she's so she got an attitude with everybody because y'all just ruined her life. Girl, get out of here. Anyway, you can pick back up where you left off. Trust me. You're quite privileged. You're going to be all right. Stop acting like your life is over and like, oh my God, what now? You've ruined me. Girl, please, please. Anyway, Lauren, she asked if Tariq had anything to do with Saks being dead. And the DA lady, of course, she's like, oh, absolutely he did. Tight lip is like, no, he didn't. We don't have nothing to prove that. You know, we don't have nothing to prove that case. Just focus on, you know, testifying for the grand jury. The crew, they meeting at the warehouse, the crew being Kane and them. And Monet, she comes in with Flunky, talking about, you know, she's their new boss. She's in charge now. They looking like, what? Drew won't have any of it because, you know, they done had a falling out. He ready to go. Flunky tells him, listen, if you answer to Noma, then y'all got to answer to Monet. Monet, she gives everybody their marching orders, but she want to talk to Tariq. She want to talk to Tariq, you know, outside. So they go outside, and she pull a gun on him. Why you telling my kids that I killed Lorenzo? He like, why would I tell them that? He like, you knew it wasn't the Guap boys. You knew it wasn't them. And and you know, basically, I know you would figure it out. You smart. Tariq is like, I ain't had nothing to do with that. You know, like I ain't told him nothing. And then Tariq asks, you know, why would you tell Tommy where Tasha was staying? And Monet say, I don't know nothing about that. So she letting him live for now, you know, because he need to get all the people in line. You know, you need to get your bitches in line. You need to get Effie in line. You need to get Lauren in line. And can't nobody talk. Period. So you handle that. When she leaves, Monique, Monique. When Monet leaves, Tariq is about to pull his gun out on her, shoot her, and Flunky kind of stops him like, hold on. Hey, you all right? You know, Flunky says that, you know, the green cards for my family have been approved, and Tariq is like, yeah, you were supposed to stall Noma out until, you know, we had all this stuff figured out. But now she know everything. And now Monet's in charge, and Flunky is like, well, listen, use your time wisely. If all of this is gonna benefit everybody, it'll benefit all of us once once you're back in Noma's good graces. Monet, she calls Diana from the car. Of course, Diana is still not answering her calls. Monet need to know if Tariq was a snitch or not, because, you know, she sent her to go find out. When Monet pulls off, Tariq is in his car. He pulls out and to follow her, but Tommy cuts his car off and is like, don't you listen, don't do anything stupid, follow me. So they follow him to an alley somewhere, and they each get out the car, you know, with their guns out. Tommy is like, you need to lower your gun. You need to lower your gun. Tariq is like, I need to know Tasha's location right the fuck now, or else I'm using this gun. Tommy tells him to put the gun away, and I'm going to tell you. So he tells him what happened. Tasha knocked him out. And then we see what really happened. Of course, and this was corny. I mean, cornball. She knocks him out, and then they have this whole conversation standing over him, all unconscious. And, you know, the blood feud ends now. Like, we have to stop this. We're family, blah, 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 blah. And so he don't know where Tasha is. You know, when the police showed up, he had to leave. And so after that, he don't know what happened to Tasha. Oh, he ended up sharing with Tasha that he got a brother, and, you know, like, you know, he's sharing a bit of his life and what's going on his spinoff. You know, just giving us a little update for September 1st when we come back for Tommy Force. Ain't that's what it's called? I think that's what it's called. Anyway, Tommy tells him that he shouldn't go after Monet, though. You know, a war is not going to be good. It's only going to bring more destruction. He tells him you're going to have to rethink this beef you got with Monet. And he ain't helping you with it. So don't be asking me for help. You say, I'm not going to war for your ass. I'm not doing it. And you need to figure out whether you want to be a student. You know, you just like your father, thinking that you can have all this power and do all these things and live in two different worlds. You cannot. Choose ye this day. You gonna be a drug dealer? You gonna be a gas holding, pistol holding nigga on your damn street? Or are you going to be a student and be studious and a scholar and go out there and make money legally? Take your pick. But Tommy say he ain't getting in on it. He not helping. He say plus I'm supposed to be dead out here anyway. So yeah, I ain't coming back. Tate is celebrating his win. He done won. You know, he had the campaign office. Taking on Weston and Holdings really did. It brought his numbers way up, and, you know, and he won. Harper, she likes what she sees. There, you know, she's happy, you know, to try again with him. Tate then gets on one knee and proposes a third time, this time with a ring. She says yes, blah, blah, blah. Kane, Diana, and Drew, they talk about the mess that they're in. Kane, he kind of, you know, he's charging everything to the game. Like, he don't hold no grudges with Monet. He ain't that sensitive about the situation because I guess he respects the decision because, I mean, he gets it. Drew, he calling him a mama's boy, and, you know, they start fussing and they about to tussle, all that. Diana has to get in between them because their beef is not with one another. The beef is with Monet. Then Kane, he tells Drew, you know, you need to tighten up and let all that hurt go. You ain't finna be no NBA housewife. And Diana, you ain't finna be no sorority girl down to the college. We drug dealers. We been drug dealers. Why y'all acting shocked and surprised and offended when the shit go down? Like, this the game we in. Now tighten up. We drug dealers. That's what we is. That's who we are. Kane leaves and Diana is like, fuck both of them. They'll never see it coming. By the time we hit their ass, they won't see it coming. It'll be too late. So they plotting and scheming, Drew and Diana. Brayden drops in on his family. They barely grieving on, you know, they trying to figure out how they gonna get out of this financial ruin, out of this situation. Lucas, though, has admitted to everything in his suicide note, and so nothing is gonna come back on the Westons in any way. But out of nowhere, Monet and Kane barge in. Cause they want their money back. Y'all need to go on and come up off my money. Mr. Weston said we don't have no money to repay any of the losses. And Monet is like, okay, that's fine. It's not a problem. I see all these nice pieces of artwork you got on the wall. I'm sure they're worth millions. And so she takes an authentic Monet off the wall, plus Trace's Rolex that he's wearing. They're gonna be back for the rest of it. Outside, Monet checks in with Kane, and Drew and Diana, they aren't on board. Monet, because they're not working with her. Of course, they're not doing no drugs, no drug dealing. They don't want any dealings with Monet. Monet, she also knows about Effie being in jail, and she want to know if Effie's gonna snitch. You know, Kane, he's kind of protecting Effie. He feel away. You know, it's like, fuck, she wasn't supposed to find out about Effie being locked up, but she tells him he pussy whipped, and you know, you giving her the benefit of the doubt. She is going to look out for herself. She looking out for Diana. That's one thing we can all agree on. That girl is never for anybody but Effie. Don't ever think that she gonna fall on the sword for you, that she ain't gonna flip on you or anything like that. She's gonna tell. She's gonna absolutely save herself. Anyway, Effie, she gets moved to another cell. And when she gets inside, she has a burner. I said, who gave her the burner? She gets a text with a warning in it about Monet coming after her. I think it was Kane. It was Kane, right? I think it was Kane. I can't remember, but somebody warned her about Monet coming after her. Anyway, Tariq and Davis meet up. Davis is telling him about the feds seeing him pass that note, you know, so he wrapped up in this. David started telling him, listen. Oh, first, and what happened with Weston Holdings? Like, who told on all of that? Of course, we know it was Tate. We already know it was Tate. David said he gonna go ahead and take care of Tate. Tariq needs to focus on Effie. She gotta go. And so does Lauren. They gotta go. You gotta, listen. You got to handle that. Them your bitches. You got to take care of that. They gotta go. Tariq's like, what are you saying? Like, that's what? I'm not doing that. We can't do that, because Effie, she got this picture of Noma's daughter, and we trying to get out from under Noma's thumb. I need that picture. I need that girl's location. All that. I can't take Effie out. She can't die. we can't do that. Davis thinks that Tariq does need to pay Effie a visit. He needs to go down there and talk to her. So that's what he gonna do. Anyway, while she's in her cell, this girl gets brought into the cell. And of course she tried to shank her, and they tussle, you know, a little bit. And she gets the upper hand, and the CO is like, you stronger than I thought. I'm like, so you sent her in there? I remember her, like, ain't she, I feel like she's been at that same jail, at that same prison house, causing havoc with the new folks that come in. I feel like we've seen her before, and she did the same shit to Tasha. She need to be fired. She need to be fired. Anyway, Effie has a visitor. Of course, it's Tariq. She's telling him, I don't need your help. I got my lawyer on the way, and I'm gonna post my own bail. Tariq tells her, you can't post bail. You know, like, they got a plan. The longer you sit, the better for everybody. Tariq tells her that he needs a picture of Noma's daughter so that he can locate her. And Effie is like, I done found her already, and I ain't telling you anything until you get me out of here. Brayden, Tariq, and Kane meet up, and they need Lauren to recant. Otherwise, she's going to go before the grand jury, and everybody is fucked. They got to get pictures of Lauren's family to, like, scare her into submission. Just pictures, though. Like, all we needed was pictures. Lauren just needs to know that nobody's safe, not even in WITSEC, all of that. So Kane and Drew, they're in charge of getting the pictures. Tariq calls Lauren, and she's still leery of him. She's still, you know, giving him her ass to kiss, all that. But you still taking his call, still going to see him. Girl, get out of here. Y'all, but begs her not to testify. And, you know, telling her it's not safe. And she has it all figured out, of course. And so she says she'll agree to meet with him, but only in public and all of that. And only in person. So she, on her way out to go meet him, she grabs a knife for protection. When she gets there, Brayden and Kane step out of the shadows. So of course she's feeling like this is an ambush. And Tariq, I mean not Tariq. Kane is just like, listen, you can't listen to Tariq because I don't listen to Tariq. So if he tells you that you can trust me and all of that, I do my own thing. I don't do what this little nigga tell me to do. So I'm gonna be a little bit unpredictable. But Lauren was still feeling set up. But Brayden is like, nobody's trying to hurt you, all of that. They're trying to make her feel safe. Nobody wants to hurt her. They just want her to understand you can't go up there and testify. They come in as drug dealers in a nice way. You know, normally a drug dealer would have just took your ass out. Because that's how you not going to testify. They just going to take you out. But in the power universe, we just going to go up to her real nicely and say, girl, if you don't look at your mama and daddy, that we mean business. When they were supposed to hit upside the head. They were supposed to hit upside the head, okay? She was supposed to come up stinking. No. We can't. This is the season finale and we have to wrap these things up. Kane done went off script, like I said, and shows the parents at gunpoint. And Tariq is like, we was just supposed to take pictures. So now she upset again, but he promises, that they're going to let her family live if she doesn't testify. And you can take Kane at his word. His word is his bond. He's not going to come back and hurt her in any way. Just don't testify and you and your family going to be okay. He mean that. Lauren, she's, about to leave, and because she obliges. And she asked Tariq about the drugs and the murders, and all that DA lady in tight lip had to say about him. And Tariq is trying to explain it away. But she's like, you know what? This is the last time you lie to me. She done with him. So that's it for Lauren's story. Bye, girl. Lauren's mom. Before this, we did see that Lauren's mom, when she got home and she heard a noise and she thought it was her husband, and it was her husband. He was knocked out. It was Kane and Drew coming in there at gunpoint. It was a home invasion. So we saw that. I just skipped it. Anyway, Tate won the election, like I said. Davis, he's there to threaten his life. And, he's like, there's a bullet with your name on it unless you get Diana to hottest charges dropped. And he's like, what? Oh, and you need to get the feds off my ass too. And of course, Tate, he quid pro quo. He is always happy to help. He is always happy to help if you're going to make a huge donation to his campaign. And they shaking on it and everything. And Harper Monica Brooks Bennett, she was standing off to the side listening like, what did I just hear? She walk off, storming off. A reporter sees her and it's like, oh, Harper Monica Brooks Bennett. We want to get your quote, or, we would love to do an interview with you and Tate and talk about the love story, of you guys. And she's like, it'll be a love tragedy. Like, this is an end of a love affair. So I don't think nobody want to see that at all. She walk off. So that's that. I mean, if it was just going to be this, we could have kept Harper Monica Brooks Bennett as just the professor and not had none of this. Like, Tate's story this season was just for nothing. All he did was, favors here and there. Like, we really didn't need it. Anyway, Brayden is at the office and he runs into Kiki. She headed out. She headed back to Charlotte. He's like, but Lucas left a suicide note admitting everything. Like, you really don't have to run anymore. She's out of there. She's out of there. And she's like, I know I told you where Brayden was. And the note didn't sound anything like Lucas. Listen, you got a reason to run too. Let's run away together. Brayden ain't running away. Kiki heads out on her own. Bye, girl. Lauren, she meets with DA lady. Lauren is sick of her shit. I'm tired of you. You got me. I ain't doing your little agenda no more. You've been lying to me. And I'm not lying on the stand for you. I'm not doing it. If you want Tariq, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go and let me talk to Effie. And of course, she acts like she can't let it happen, but that's the only way. She want to go in there and talk to Effie. Lauren feels like she can, get Effie to flip, because if she talks to her, she's gonna, if she tells her, all of these things that surround Tariq, she'll have no reason to stay loyal to Tariq. When she goes to see Effie, they do this power struggle back and forth. Effie, she thinks she got the ball in her court, vice versa. Lauren, she ends up leaving with an attitude. Effie really did more harm than good, because she got this smug attitude towards Lauren, like, I did it and I'll do it again. Sorry, girl, it was just what I had to do. You are not a part of this. Like, this is not your life. You're not one of those girls. Just want you to know that. DA lady, she's before the grand jury. Lauren is on the stand. DA lady asks her, tell the jury what happened, and Lauren, she doesn't stick to the script, and she ends up recanting. So she does exactly what they asked her to do. She just lies and flat out throws DA lady under the bus. Afterwards, of course, Medina pulls the plug on everything. No more Rico case. It's over, and they walk away with their tail between their legs, like they always do. The kids always come out on top. Lauren, she gets a text from Tariq. She ends up ignoring it, and throws the burner in the trash. Then she and her parents, they all packed up and ready to go. They head out. Bye. See ya. Tariq, he waiting on Effie outside the jailhouse. As agreed, Effie, she shows Tariq Noma's daughter, who's a student at NYU. Effie, she's like, oh, so what about us now? Like, and we need to talk about the future now. Like, I feel like we're even now. Like, you did what you did. I did what I did. And Tariq looking at her like, girl, how can I trust you? What? And of course, she disappointed. And he's like, come on, get in the car. I'll take you to your dorm. And she just keeps walking. He's like, where you going? And she says, I'll find my own way, like I always do. Girl, bye. All right, bye. You have a good day, okay? Anyway, Brayden and Tariq link up. And Tariq fills him in on, finding Noma's daughter and everything. And Brayden is like, I'm not doing this. I quit. I'm sorry. I just think it's time for me to quit cold turkey. I ain't trying to be no dope dealer no more. I don't want to do this. He's not made for it. I'm not doing it. Of course, Tariq tries to, give him a little bit of pressure, but Brayden ain't budging. He's out. Good luck. They just abandoning. Everybody just abandoning Tariq. Diana, she drops in on Tariq at his room, all in, like she's flustered and so worried and scared about Monet coming to get her. I gotta get away. I gotta find a way to get out. Like what Tariq's supposed to do? Everybody go to Tariq with their problems and then abandon him when Tariq got problems. Anyway, they each have problems, and Monet is at the center of it. But Tariq, he don't really want to start no war with the Tejadas. And Diana's like, listen, I got a plan, but Monet gotta die. Tariq was looking like, what? Yeah, Monet gotta die. Tariq thinks for like 2 seconds, and then he's just, okay, I'm in. He's in. Diana gives him the plan that she and Drew have been cooking up. Kane is in the dark because he's still a mama's boy, so he don't know what's going on. Anyway, she gives him the plan, and next thing we see, Monet and Diana get in the car, and Monet is trying to, she's trying to talk to Diana and reason with her, letting her know, listen, this was Lorenzo's thing. Lorenzo got us into the drug game, and I'm sorry we raised y'all as soldiers, like when it came to Zeke, she had to give him away. Like she loves Diana, but this is how she shows it. She doesn't really know how to show it any other way. And Diana starts to feel bad, like, oh shit. I done set my mom up to get killed because Tariq is out there. The plan was for him to ride up and, get the perfect shot, shoot twice on the passenger side, and, and speed off. And she was supposed to tell Kane and Drew that she didn't know who did it. But Tariq is getting himself ready, putting his ski mask on and all of that. And out of nowhere, somebody rolls by And it looked like Tasha rolls by and just shoots. Shoots the car up. Kane comes outside, shoots back, all of that. Monet ended up getting hit 3 times. Like she had 3 bullet wounds on the side, but she protected Diana. She really leaped in front of Diana and shielded her. And at the hospital, we find out that, you know, she's touch and go. She's in surgery, so she's not gone. Diana, she's, you know, skint up and hurt, but she's okay. Drew and Kane ask her who did it. This bitch say it was Tariq. And you know it wasn't Tariq. She knew it wasn't Tariq. I know she told him it was supposed to be Tariq, but it wasn't Tariq. And even then, she said she wasn't going to tell them it was Tariq. So it's a setup. It's a setup. Of course, Drew and Kane immediately go after Tariq, which is what she knew would happen. Let's flip to 4 days ago. After Monet cussed her kids out, everybody stormed out and everything. Drew and Diana, they planned and plotted this whole thing. The plan was to get Tariq to kill Monet. Kane was supposed to see Tariq and go after him and kill Tariq on the spot. I'm like, so damn, why Tariq had to go if all y'all wanted was Monet to be gone? I guess Tariq somebody had to be collateral damage. It was also Diana that went and dropped off that letter to Tommy's mama. So she posed as Monet. I said, what? Diana just plotted this whole thing. Just a scheme. Tariq and Tasha meet up. And Tariq tells Tasha, you know, he ended up losing the trust fund and in the Ponzi scheme. And he tells her about Noma. He tells her everything. And she tells him, listen, you starting to sound like your daddy. Like, and he tried to get all the power and everything as well. You're going to have to be careful with this. You know, you have to be careful with this. He says he has a plan, but Tasha's like, listen, I support you, but you just got to be careful. Be careful. Because Monet that was her beef, you know, because she thought Tariq was the one that shot Tariq. And of course, shot Monet. And of course, it wasn't him. Anyway, Angela's sister, I forgot her name. Raz? What was her name? Roz? I can't remember her name. Anyway, Angela's sister, she drops in on her son who's now working for the feds, Junior. And she gives him a letter from Saks. It has a USB drive in it. We don't know what's on it. We'll have to see in season 4. Anyway, Tariq, he gets to the warehouse, you know, where Flunky is waiting. Noma's also there. And she's already aware on the attempt on Monet's life. And then out of nowhere, the Tejada kids step out of the shadows because, again, a setup. It's a setup. Tariq is like, what? He tells Diana, back me up. Like, you know, like I didn't, it wasn't me. It was somebody else. But she done turned cold. She don't have Tariq's back. Tariq blurts out that, you know, he knows where Noma's daughter is and all of that. You know, he's just, this is his last Hail Mary, and it don't work. Because Noma laughs it off, scoffs at him, and then out comes Effie. Because she a part of the scheme, too. Oh, I done already told her you was coming after her daughter. We done already had her moved. Sorry, it's just business. And just as Kane is about to shoot, Braden comes in and saves the day. Guns a-blazing, okay? He done stepped up. He done manned up. He comes in, guns a-blazing. Flunky the one that called him and warned him, because, you know, they in the car now. Like, how'd you know that this was going to happen? He was like, OB called and told me that they was finna try to kill you. So good looking out, Flunky. Flunky turned out to be all right. You know, he turned out to be all right. Flunky say, fuck Noma too, because she got me by the balls too. He looking out. He looked out for Tariq because he done told Braden what was gonna happen. Braden then came in and saved Tariq, but now they've started a war for sure. Now they've started a war. You know, they riding off Tommy and Ghost Jr. Until next season. I enjoyed the season. It was, you know, a nice setup for the next season. I will say that. The new characters that were introduced, we'll probably see a lot more of Noma. We'll be seeing a lot more of of Junior, I'm sure. He finna get on our nerves. I know he finna get on my nerves. Because you know he got a vendetta. You know he got a vendetta. So he finna be on our nerves in season 4. But looking forward to it. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.